everyone and welcome back to another Gotham City Chronicles battle report. I don't really know if battle report is the right word for them. Scenario. Either way, today we're tackling an Icy Welcome, which is another small one because there's just a single hero that we'll look at in a second. Year Zero Batman, going up against Mr. Freeze, who wants to spread cryogenic bombs throughout the subway. So it's been a little while since we've done the subway map, and there is one major correction to be made that no one caught, including me, on this particular map. It's hard to see, to be fair, with the studio light on, because cardboard is reflective, and if anyone has any ideas of how I can keep this room bright without the cardboard being reflective, by all means please share, because nothing is working. Anyway, yes, it's hard to see because of the light. It just looks like it's blending in, but there is actually a line there, meaning that there's a solid brick wall between these two rooms here, so you can't just go like that or like that, which there was a lot of both times this map was played. Mostly by the villain, henchman. The heroes did it once, from memory, maybe more, but I remember one particular instance. It was mostly henchmen, meaning that the henchmen had an easier job getting between bombs and consoles when we were doing to sink a city. For this one it doesn't matter as much, but yeah, there is a dividing wall there. It's a little hard to see with the studio lights on, which didn't help, and it's not 100% clear given that every other room is an orange room. That should have given it away, but a mistake was made. So anyway, you can see how it's set up. There is reinforcement points in the corner there, over there in the rubble, which is a bit strange. And I think that's it for reinforcement points. Now Batman has started all the way over there, up there, where roughly kind of similar to where Catwoman started into Sink City. And weirdly, his objective for this mission is get to some of the bombs. Oh, not a bomb there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. He has to get to a bomb, do a complex manipulation of 4, offhand I think it's 4, and prime bombs to kind of get rid of the ice. I don't understand the fluff of it precisely, but that's what Batman has to do. So he primes them, you replace the picture with a bomb miniature, and he wins if there's at least 4 done by the end of the game. The game ends on hero turn 8. And what Mr. Freeze wants to do is get to these consoles. Well, his main mission is actually just stop Batman, but if he or one of his henchmen who can do complex thought actions gets to one of these consoles, 1, 2, 3, and do a complex thought of 3, he can put 2 cryogenic tokens anywhere on the map he wants, and they increase the dangerous and difficult terrain value of whatever section they've been placed in by 1. So if it was put in that section, for instance, it'd be dangerous difficult level 1. If it was put here, it would be dangerous 1, difficult 2, because it's already dangerous 1. Difficult 1. There I go again, confusing those two terms. So I think that about covers the scenario. It starts with the hero turn. It's worth noting, there we go, third try. The villain only generates 3 energy cubes when it becomes their turn, so they have less to play with. This Batman only has 9 energy, and if he rests he gets 3 back. Sorry, if he rests he gets 6 back, if he's active he gets 3 back. He can't use lethal weapons, he has munitions expert. He has combo level 1, retaliation or counterattack level 2, and martial arts level 1. As per the scenario, he is equipped with brass knuckles and a medkit. Brass knuckles add a white die to his attacks and increase his combo level by 1, so he's actually combo level 2. The medkit is for healing for 2. And then the bat gadgets I chose: batarangs, tear gas, smoke pellets, which you can't quite see because of the reflection, and explosive batarang to probably one-shot Mr. Freeze like Mr. Bloom, because it seems very handy to get rid of him. Now the cryogenic tokens are just going to be marked by these, not the actual frost tokens, which are these, because Mr. Freeze can kind of spread those around him, or he can throw freeze grenades, and these are used for that. So that's the differential thing rather. So I think that covers everything I wanted to cover. It will be hero turn 1 first. Let me just double check that I've got everything right and set up, and we'll get started. Alright, let's get things started. Move into hero turn 1. There is no energy in the fatigue, it all starts active, so he has 9 cubes to play with. He's got parkour level 1, he's got parkour level 2, and he's got mobility, or whatever it's called, level 1, the one that ignores 1 level of difficult terrain. So that means he has the ability to ignore dropping from here to here, here to here, because that's all level 2 difficulty. So we could use his 2 free movement to go 1, 2, and again that's a 2 drop, but his parkour level 2 ignores that. And let's punch that man. Let's see how his punching goes. So this Batman gets orange rerollables. Let's do 2 of them. And then the brass knuckles throw in a white die like that. Where's safe to roll? I guess we'll just try and keep it in frame here. So that is pretty good. Those goons are 1 armor. So that's 2 becomes 3 with Martial Artist. That's not worth defending against. Boom. Also, I think, again, like the last single mission, there's 3 of some henchmen and 4 of others. Yeah, there's 3 shotgun guys, 4 whelmed foes, 3 brutes, I believe is the other thing, the punching guys. So anyway, that's that done. Next, he's going to spend another 1 on a move. He's going to walk into this room, right here, with the shotgun brute, and punch him. We're going to see a repeat of what just happened. Well, that's a bad start. That remains a bad start. Huh. He can do 1 more punch. No, that's going to be it. He's going to have to punch and arm that bomb his next turn. So all this is going into fatigue. And yeah, it's a single hero, so that's it for Batman. So now we're going to go into Mr. Freeze's turn 1. So again, that is there just to remind me that 3 energy is moved over, although there's only 2 that started in the spent zone. Also, Mr. Freeze does have 2 tiles on the board right at the end there and then there. Now apparently when you get a villain, like Mr. Bloom that last time, that has 2 spaces on the board, you actually have to spend 2 energy on each if you want rid of them both. So that would have been a massive hindrance. I'm not entirely sure that's correct, because I've checked the rules and could not find it stated clearly in the neutralizing a tile section, or dredging the river, that is. So I'm not convinced, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it won't matter if Mr. Freeze stays standing. So anyway, we're going to activate the... Well, it's worth noticing that... I don't even want to say noticing instead of noting. It's early in the morning. Mr. Freeze, he can do complex thought, and the thugs with crowbars can do complex thoughts. None of the others can do that. So they're the only ones who can go for keyboards. So, is there any that are within range of one of the computers? Not yet, but they can be. So let's activate them 1 and move them. We'll come over here. They're not going to do any fighting, but we'll come over here. They've got a movement of 3. So let's see where they are. There's 1 there. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3. Now an extra energy could be spent to give him 1 move to get him there, but it's after his turn ends, so he still can't manipulate it this turn. So might as well just wait for his next activation. This one here can go 1, 2, 3 up to the corner, heading for that computer. And the last one, he's going to go... it's difficult terrain though, so it would be 1 extra to move into there. So that would be 2 and then 3. 1, 2 plus the extra. Yeah, that makes sense. So the other action is going to be activating the shotgun brutes, because the one that's right next to Batman can shoot him in the face. So why not? What move? They've got 3 move as well. Good grief. Well, this one might as well come out here. And this one might as well stay where he is, because he's causing problems for a bomb. And this one's staying where he is, and he's going to shoot point blank, so he gets a free reroll on his black die. Shooting at the Batman. Hit him for 1. Now does he reroll that to try for 4? This Batman has an automatic defense of a yellow die. Yeah, he's going to try for 4. Nope. Okay. Case in point of why you shouldn't do a reroll on a success, I guess. So that's 2 activations. And quick as you like, that's it for the first villain turn. Mr. Freeze is very cheap, so he's going to be next. But for now, we're into hero turn 2. So we're back over with Batman. He is staying active, so he gets 3 energy. Now, there was an error in the most recent battle report, and you should always check the following battle or video after one of these, because there's sometimes things that I don't spot when editing. Case in point, Bluebird took a turn when she was resting. Now, there was a suggestion, why don't you use something specific to show when they're resting? I mean, there is something. You flip this, it's just that it's so small that sometimes it's easy to forget. We'll try and be more diligent. It's because sometimes as well I pause to think about what I'm doing for a while, and that leads to forgetting what stance people are in. It only happens when they're a mix of stances, but I'll try better to avoid doing that. Luckily, when there's only 1 hero, not a problem. So anyway, he's going active. He's going to punch the shotgun brute. Now, do you do 2 or do you do 3? You do 2 because what possible chances there of rolling as badly as he did last time with rerolls? Well, oh my goodness. Okay, he's gonna spend 2 on rerolls. So that is, well, this brute has his armor of 2, so it's really a success of 2. The villain is going to try and protect him, because why wouldn't you? We'll just roll one of these dice. He has to defend a 1. And he blocked it. So now he's going to go full 3 punches, because this one shotgun brute is annoying me. Rerolling the orange for free. Much better. So that is 3 with Martial Artist as a success. That's going to be 2 more just to be annoying. Or is that wise though? 1 isn't enough to save him. It would have to be 2. That might not be worth it. That's probably not worth it. We'll say that he's out of there. But Batman is obviously going to have to rest next turn, which is bad. He does not have any energy left to spend to try and arm that first bomb, so that's it for his turn. Everything in to fatigue. And over to villain, turn 2. So with the villains, 3 energy back, which is all of it. Mr. Freeze is activating for 1. Now, Batman's having troubles of his own, so it isn't particularly necessary to send Mr. Freeze after him. Mr. Freeze has 2 base movement. He's going to go 1, 2 into this computer room, and he's going to try and activate that computer to see if he can get 2 cryogenic tiles on the field. So it's a red and a white, and he needs 3. We got 2. Does he have anything that improves this? He does not. So a reroll can be spent. There. Let's try for 3. Still didn't get it. Good. It's not just Batman that's rolling appallingly. Oh, the warning tile for this mission is purely reinforcement points. There's no other fancy mechanic to it. So what else can get activated to cause Batman issues? He doesn't need any help causing issues. He's bad enough as is. I guess we'll go with the thugs. The Willem Dafoes, as I call them, because they look like Willem Dafoe. And they can move 2. This one being in the room with the bomb, that's probably fine. This one's going to go 1, 2 to block the door. This one in here is going to move on to the bomb. Again, to be a pain. And this one's going to come outside to maybe shoot at Batman when he comes out after successfully defusing the other bomb. Now we know for a fact, as we end this villain turn, Batman can't do anything. He's got to rest. This is going to be a very quick match, I think. We'll just put that over there. So we're going into hero turn 3, but there isn't a hero turn 3, so we'll just cover it immediately. Batman rests. He gets 6 energy. Boom. Done. That's his turn. Straight over to villain turn 3. Now, who's going to activate for that? Well, I guess Mr. Freeze can go again, but do the brutes want to go first? The brutes are fairly inconsequential, honestly. Oh, also, 3 of this goes over here, and 3 of it is immediately being spent on Mr. Freeze again. On the cheap Mr. Freeze card, that is. And he's just going to stay where he is, and he's going to try and arm that computer again. He needs 3. Wow. Pay for a reroll on the white die. He got it. So this is now activated. I guess I think you can just take the console off because it doesn't matter now. So 2 of these are being put down in any area he likes to cause difficult and dangerous terrain. He's going to put them there and there. I think you can actually just put it on the room Batman's in, but that's unnecessarily cruel, so it's going to be the outside to make it harder for him to leave. So dangerous terrain level 1, difficult terrain level 1, and the same. So 1 yellow die of automatic damage when going in, which is pretty nasty. Good job, Mr. Freeze. And then the thugs for 3. Going a little heavy on energy. But who cares, because Batman can't do anything. So this thug is going to move there. This one's going to go 1, 2, 3. Because he's... Well, actually, there's no reason for him to go over there, is there? Because Mr. Freeze is done with that console. He might as well just stay on this console so they can both attempt it. Yeah, why not? And this one's going to attempt to hack that one for 2 more cryogenic tokens. So they only get a rerollable white and a yellow, so it's harder for them to get the 3. Let's do the first one on this console. The white's the rerollable one, so that's not good enough. Other one. And there's no energy left to buy rerolls. He got it! So that console is gone. 2 more cryogenic tokens. Where would be really annoying? That wouldn't hurt his own men. Mr. Freeze is immune to the cryogenic incidentally, but the thugs are not. Let's put 1 there. And in the bomb room. That subway car is now frozen solid. And let's see if this guy up here can hack this one. Well, even if that does reroll, the most you can get on a white is 2, so no, that is not the case. Well, it's not looking good at all, but that is another villain turn. They do not have enough energy to buy any kind of rerolls or anything. They are very energy sparse now, but they've also made life a misery for Batman. We're halfway through his turns already. Well, after this turn. Gonna have to have a think for hero turn 4. So I double checked the victory condition. Only 3 bombs have to be primed by Batman, so there's still a chance. He is going active, so he gets the 3 energy that's weighing. He is going to use that immediately though to go for the complex manipulation, which is 3 orange dice with no free rerolls, but he does have the munition skill for 1 automatic success. He needs 4. Well, he's going to buy 3 rerolls then. Good grief. There we go. He has done it. So we have 1 of the 3 bombs primed. Let's just put this on his card to show he's primed 1 of them, I guess. He's still got 2 free movement. Now, he has mobility, so he ignores the difficult terrain. So what I'm saying is he can go 1, 2, but he will take yellow dice of damage, yellow dice of damage. And it's unblockable. So might as well just roll the 2 of them together. He took 1 damage. It's not too bad. 1 damage. That's fine. And put all this in his fatigue zone, and then it goes 1 into his wound zone. With 3 energy left to spare, I think he's just gonna rest. Or end his turn there, I should say. Not looking good, but the villain doesn't have a lot of energy to play with. So that could be his saving grace. 3 energy back, 4 energy to play with. Reinforcement points are fairly irrelevant. But he's going to have to because it's so cheap. Well, actually, he doesn't need to. The villain can activate 1 tile if they wish. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do the brutes for 2, and that's it. He will not activate another tile because he doesn't have enough energy to do so, really. The brutes move 3. This is difficult terrain, so that move is actually 2. Oh, but it goes into an orange tile. I mean, a difficult tile. You know what, let's do it just for fun, because Batman doesn't need any help losing this. So that brute takes 1 yellow die of automatic damage from dangerous terrain. Okay, he's dead. He tried to climb up onto the side of the subway car, and he hit the ice and went whoop, cracked the back of his skull open. Terrible thing. This one is just going to make it difficult to prime this bomb by going 1, 2 into here. And this one, he doesn't want to walk in there because it's iced up. He'll just stay outside there, I think, to be annoying. So that's it for the villain turn. Doesn't have the energy to spend. So it's not just the hero suffering, but the hero is on the time limit. So it's Batman's turn 5. He is going to stay active, so he only gets 3. And which bomb is he going to go after next? He needs to get 2 more. So he ignores the difficult terrain because he has mobility. So he can go 1, 2 with his free movement. Then he's going to spend 1 to move into this square. Now, does he just go for the disarm and ignore the guy, or does he try and take out the Willem Dafoe first? He'll add 1 automatic failure, so you would need to get 5 on 3 orange dice. It's tricky. That is tricky. Alright, we'll spend 2. So that's 2 orange dice plus the white for the brass knuckles. The orange dice are re-rollable, but that is not required. That is 5. Back down to 4 because of his 1 armor. That Willem Dafoe is gone. And now the fun part of going full disarm, or sorry, not disarming, we're arming. Arming a bomb. Need 4 with 1 automatic success. He did it, regardless of what that spinning dice becomes. This bomb is primed. Now the unfortunate part is, we'll just put it in the corner there because they can't be disarmed. The unfortunate part is all the other bombs are very far away from him, and he's definitely going to need to rest because he has no energy again. Because that's how this has been going so far. So that is Batman's turn. It's a villain turn 5. They're going to have 5 energy to play with, so let me think about this for a second. So the villain is getting 3 energy. 1 is being spent on Warning, which is 3 reinforcement points. Not very much. Just 3 reinforcement points, which is being spent on 1 Shotgun Brute and 1 Willem Dafoe for 2 and 1 point respectively. And all the rest of the surviving bombs Batman needs to get to are over this end, so they are reinforcing right there on the corner, just like that. And the next activation is going to be Mr. Freeze for 2. And he's going after the Batman. So he's going to walk into Batman's square, and he's going to trigger this ability, which is his area and an adjacent area. I presume the adjacent area can be any one of you want if there's multiple adjacent. Trigger a level 2 explosion, and then his frost ability lets you put down frost afterwards. The explosion just works like making an area dangerous terrain of the level of the explosion. So this area and this area become level 2 danger just for the purposes of resolving the explosion. And they're also getting frosted up. Like that. Like that. So that is dangerous terrain level 1 now as well. And Batman takes 2 yellow dice automatic damage from the explosion. Ooh, he took 3. Oh, that should have been in there for a start. So he's taken 3. It's pretty painful. Might need to look up how the med pack works. So that is all Mr. Freeze is doing with his action. I believe, like it says, if a character has this ability, it says for an automatic manipulation you do it. It doesn't say how it handles it when it's an AI, because they don't have manipulations. Well, I mean they do, but they roll dice as part of like their turn. So I'm not sure if that counts as an attack, as in could he then also attack Batman with a punch? I don't know. If you know, by all means, please point out. I'm going to say that counts as his action, because I feel like that's balanced, but this game doesn't exactly do balance, so who knows. So anyway, that's going to be it for the villain turn rather. We're into hero turn 6. Move that over there. And Batman's in a spot baller. He's going to have to go active to get away from Mr. Freeze. But he's going to move through more dangerous terrain to do so. Because he needs to get away. Let me just double check that the frost token just makes it dangerous terrain level 1. Alright, I'm glad I double checked because it is difficult terrain, not dangerous terrain. In other words, Batman ignores it with his mobility level 1. So, he's going to use his free movement. Now, which bomb is he going to go after? What's his easiest bet? Okay, I see which one it is. He's got 2 turns left after this. He's going to go 1, 2, and again his mobility ignores difficulty 1, difficulty 1, difficulty 1. So it's just his free movement. Then, is he going to burn any more energy right now? He's going to have to rest. No, he's just going to use his free movement, and that's it. Yeah, that's all he's doing. So, villain, turn 6, 3 energy, 5 in total to play with. Who is going to go after the Batman? Shotgun Brute could see him, take a shot. The Willem Dafoe could see him, at least 1, maybe even 2 could see him. Don't have a lot of power to play with. Could activate that for 2, Mr. Freeze would be 2, that'd only leave 1 energy though. Let's go Shotgun Brutes and Thugs. Obviously starting with the Shotgun Brute because that means both of them are going to be 1 each. So knocked the villain board. So this Shotgun Brute, he's not going to walk through the frozen train because that would be madness. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He can't see Batman from where he is, but that's alright. This one up the stairs. 1, 2, 3. This one on the platform. Oh, that's dangerous terrain. He's going to stay there. My idea was he was going to move so he could shoot Batman. I don't believe he can see him from where he's currently standing. Do I have my phone to check? Yes I do, hang on, sorry. Let's see if he can see him from where he is standing. He is currently standing in that square. Come on, it's loading. That square. Oh, he can see it. Look at that, he can, okay. In that case he'll just stay where he is and shoot. That is surprising. Because that cell he's in, wait, did I press the right cell there? I think I might have pressed the one to the right of where he is. I did, hang on. He's right in the corner. Come on. No, that is the one I pressed on. I did press on the right one. You'd think the side of the subway car blocks that, but it doesn't. Okay, he can take a shot from where he is then. I'm not sure I entirely agree, but that's why you have a tool to show you how the game is meant to be played. Black die. He did 4 damage. This Batman has automatic yellow defense. He'll spend 1. Oh, wrong bit, sorry. He'll spend 1 so he gets a yellow and an orange for defense. He blocked 2, so he took 2 damage. Not good. 2 damage, like that. So that is all the thugs are doing, but they've done quite enough. And then the Willem Dafoes will also activate for 1. And how many can see him? There's one right at the platform he can obviously shoot. They've got parkour level 1, surprisingly. They don't ignore difficult terrain though. So this one can just move into this square to be annoying, but you can't see him. Actually no, you totally can because the border is there. This is very, very bad. Alright, well, 2 of them are going to take a shot. Yellow and orange, first one on the left. 3 damage. I mean, he's got to try and defend. Orange and a yellow for defense. He blocked it. There's the other one. 2 damage. He'll just take the automatic yellow. He blocked 1, so he took 1, which comes straight out of his defense. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans, because, let's see, if Batman stays active, oh sorry, also we're into Hero Turn 7, his second last turn. If he stays active, he's only getting 3 power, 2 of which will come from his health. Oh, there was a question regarding the rulebook on energy being taken out of your wounds to your fatigue. I am doing it correctly. It is worded poorly, so I'm not surprised some people aren't understanding, but they commissioned a bunch of how to play videos and that's how it's done in those, so I know I'm right. If you don't have enough in your fatigue zone, the rulebook says move however many from your wound zone to your fatigue zone. That doesn't mean that full stop, that's all you do. It's connected to the first part of the description. That's so that you can cover the difference and still move however many you need. That's how you're supposed to do it. That is 100% correct. So, is he going to rest? With his free movement, he can go 1. Then he'd have to spend 1. It's a photo finish. I think this is the only way he can, because if he rests on this turn he can just get swarmed, so it's so difficult for him to move. Yeah, we'll stay active, so you'll get 3. His free movement only gets him to there. He ignores the difficult terrain but not the menace of the enemy, so that's 2. And he'll spend 2 on movement to go 1, 2 into there, and that's all he's doing for his turn. That's all he can do. Yep, that's all he can do. It's down to him disarming the bomb in the subway cart on his last turn. So this is the last turn for the villains because they don't get a turn 8. 3 energy back, 6 to play with. How would you annoy the Batman? You would annoy the Batman by probably doing the thugs and brutes because they can get jumped by a bunch of them. And it would make the menace of the... I think this is a loss for Batman incoming. Okay, let's do 2 on the thugs. Oh, sorry, also, because it's the new villain turn, those start to dissipate. Not that it matters, but they start to disappear, and then the next turn, if there was one, they would be gone. So the thugs can move 3. They actually have evasive level 1. 1, 2, 3 because of a difficult terrain. 1, 2, 3 because of a difficult terrain. This one up here is not going to be able to get over to matter, so it's just down to them. And they're both going to throw punches at Batman. Double rerollable yellow. First one. Rerollable. He punched Batman for 2. Batman is going to just try and take the hit on his automatic defense. He blocked 1, took 1. The other one. Rerollable. 1 damage. Automatic defense. Blocked it. things are sort of kind of maybe looking up. That's just the first activation. There's still another one, which is going to be the brutes. Brutes for 2. There's not really going to be any movement because the other one can't get him. He has movement of 3, so he could go 1, 2, 3. He doesn't have mobility, so no. Just the one that's on Batman's square is going to punch him for 2 white and a yellow. Oh, okay, that's very lucky. He missed. So it all comes down to hero turn 8. Batman is staying active, so he gets 3 energy. He has 5 to play with, and he's in a square with 3 enemies. Meaning, pardon me, to leave the square because he doesn't have evasion would cost him 3. Okay, well, let's add up. 3 and 4. That would cost 4 to get into that square. 2 get taken off. Also, I'm ignoring the fact it's difficult because he ignores it because of his mobility. 2 comes off of that because of his free movement, so he has to spend another 2 on that, on his movement, to get where he is. And that leaves him just enough to try once, with no rerolls, to arm the bomb that's in there. Oh, he does also take dangerous terrain, doesn't he? Forgot about that part. He takes 1 damage, so that's going to make it even more difficult. Oh wait, no, it comes out of any of these I get to pick, so it's going to come out of his movement. I believe it's player choice. So 3 orange, needing a 4. It is actually a 4 because of his Demolition 1 skill. So hopefully everything was done correctly. Because if it wasn't, then that means obviously Batman would lose. But if it was done correctly, he just in the nick of time, literal last second possible, got 3 bombs armed. And if we go all the way over here, I don't know if that's viewable, but it says if fewer than 3 bombs have been primed, the villain wins. If more than 3 have been primed, the heroes win. So hopefully that was done correctly. Again, keep in mind he does have parkour level 2 and mobility level 1, which ignores difficult. He doesn't ignore dangerous. I think I rolled for all the dangerous that he was meant to take. The menace was taken into consideration. Yep. I'm looking for mistakes because I know things slip by. It's a game with very complicated rules that are written very poorly, so it's very common for things to be overlooked. But hopefully that was done correctly because it was fun. And it was a nail-biting, down-to-the-wire finish, which is the best kind of win. So as we end this video, I'm doing a quick lighting test. I didn't want to do this for a whole video because I worry it's not as good. I'm just going to move around the table a little bit. Does this look better? Because I'm still trying to find solutions, like I mentioned at the top of the video, for, especially because of the dark maps, for trying to reduce the amount of gleam on the cardboard, but also still making sure that it's visible. This is looking okay to me, but obviously it's down to you. I'll just move in for some close-ups to give you an idea of angles and how much shine there is. Is that better? Would you prefer this lighting for future episodes? Speaking of which, the Birds of Prey one is still happening. That's the next main scenario, as I explained last time, and definitely painting up spoiler because she got the most votes. And the ones for the number 1 hero slot out of Batgirl, Batwoman or Catwoman, that's pretty even. So I'm not sure who I'm going to paint up for that. But in order to give me time to paint those up, because I've still got to paint a bunch of Ivy's plants and a bunch of Harley's hench people, we're going to do another side mission. We're going to take a trip to Arkham Asylum and see what's going on over there. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be the next one that we handle, and then we'll be back for the Birds of Prey main mission. That was fun. Also, if I do need even more time to keep painting, we'll visit a previous mission. Especially because, again, I keep on noticing things I missed. Like, for instance, on the Ace Chemicals map, the railing that's kind of like on this half of the map, it can be climbed. It doesn't look like it should be possible to be climbed because it's dangling above the air with one staircase that's like down in this area. Like, imagine the map is here. But no, you actually can. It's a level 2 climb, which definitely would have helped on Deadly Infection, the one with Dr. Death and Penguin. So it might be worth handling that mission again, because that mission was rough for the heroes when I did it the first time. So it might be neat to try it again with a better understanding of the map as well. Anyway, please do show your support if you want to see more of these in the future. Thank you for watching. I hope you are still enjoying Gotham City Chronicles as much as I am. Despite all the little rule inconsistencies and logic inconsistencies, I'm really enjoying playing this. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Ta-ta for now.